Hello, I haven't done a video on any haunted locations in quite a while. And as you know, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, there are several haunted location sites that I've noted historical events on. And one of those is Agua Mansa Cemetery over in Colton. And I periodically recheck the accident reports on that location because there's a lot of them on Agua Mansa Road in Colton, right up the street from the cemetery. And so I got a comment from a guy that almost crashed on the road this last week or something like that. And it got me thinking about the place again. So I looked up some information and I found a couple of interesting posts that are very bizarre, and it involves synchronicity. So many of you have heard the song Synchronicity from the Police and maybe don't know what it means, but it's basically events happening over again based on previous things that have happened there before. Well, this already happened. If you look up the original Agua Mansa Cemetery video on my channel and you look at all the weird things that happened at the time of me making that video, there was a shootout in that riverbed next to the cemetery long time ago, decades ago. I don't remember if it was the 1800s, but if it wasn't, it was the 1900s, very early. Anyway, a couple guys killed each other in the riverbed. And then recently, I'm just trying to remember, maybe within the past 10 or 20 years, there was another incident with guys having a gunfight in the riverbed that shot each other. And it was almost exactly the same details. And it really freaked me out. It's noted in that first video on Agua Mansa Cemetery on my channel. So, but this one's a little bit different, but still kind of weird. So the article is from, where the heck is it? It was from redlandsdailyfacts.com, and it was from March of 2007. So the article is March 16, 2007. And I'm going to read you the excerpt here. The public is invited to join in the inaugural walk of the Friday morning walking group at Agua Mansa Pioneer Cemetery at 10 a.m. Friday, March 23rd. The 1-hour walks will continue every Friday morning thereafter. Walkers will enjoy comfortable exercise as they tread quarter-mile loop with gradual slopes around the historic cemetery, which is a historic site of the San Bernardino County Museum. So then I don't know how long this continued, but that is right on the property of the cemetery. So they started walking on March 23rd, 2007. So now fast forward to March 23rd, 2018, and 1 mile from the cemetery, the crash happened just after 11:30 at Brown Avenue and Agua Mansa Road near community of Belltown. One victim was trapped in a car, died at the scene. Another person was hospitalized with moderate injuries. So I don't know if anybody else thinks that that's a little bit freaky. I'm looking at the time there. They started their walks at 10 a.m. in the morning, and they were going to do about an hour-long walk. So that walk would have ended up at 11 a.m. March 23rd of 2007, and every Friday thereafter. And fast forward 11 years, and right at the ending time, the time those people would have been driving away from that cemetery, there's a car accident where a person gets killed, another person hospitalized. And it's just another incident in a never-ending list of incidences of that place. And I've got another video I'm going to be making shortly about an old murder mystery that occurred. And that riverbed right next to that cemetery, if you look at my original video, you'll see that basically the whole town was washed out in a massive flood. In addition to that, if you go farther back, when that was a trail for the original pioneers that settled in Southern California, they come through Devore, and that location at Agua Mansa was meant to be an outpost to defend those people from the Indians. And the Indians come in from Nevada territories And there was some significant fighting, I believe, between them and some Indians in that location. And it might explain some of the weird things that happened there. You know, you could say, well, it's topography and a flood's just going to happen when there's a lot of water. And I mean, facts are facts too, and I understand that. But the significant number of bizarre events that have happened at that location and continue to happen at that location are just mind-boggling. So look for my upcoming video on a murder mystery that occurred. A prominent woman, her body was dropped in the riverbed right next to the cemetery once again. And of course, if you have not heard of the La Llorona legend that occurs at that, the ghost of La Llorona that occurs at that cemetery, it involves the drowning of children at the riverbed. So that whole center right there has always got weird crap going on. And you know, a lot of people, they like to watch the videos and enjoy it and think, oh, it's spooky and it's folky and stuff. But that place is evil, I think. There's a lot of bad stuff that happens there. So watch out for my future video on the murder mystery. This story is gripping. You won't believe this. It was bizarre, and no one's probably even heard of this story, but I'm going to make a video on it. So watch my upcoming vids on Hooch Rocks. Thanks.